Good morning, guys. I am so excited to do this with you guys today. I'm just gonna lift you guys up just a tad. All right, today is the day. We got, as you know, some Gherkin pickles. The other day, we did do some dill pickles. I'll leave a link to that video up here. I have my great grandma's crock here, and we are going to get some crock pickles. Now, let's talk about the crocks for a minute. Make sure your crocks have no cracks. I have one with a very large crack in it. But make sure, if you don't have a crock, that's okay. You can use a stainless steel pot to do the same thing, okay? But I am going to use great grandma's crocks. These pickles take 7 days to make. These are time consuming, but so worth it. So let's hang out for the next 7 days plus 1 day of canning, and we'll get going. All right, guys, so this is one of my crocks. I think I have 6, but this is the one I have. Okay, this is number 3. I have a 2, I have a 1, I'll show you the other one I have. This is another one for like smaller batches. It's got a lid to it. But yeah, and then I have one that's probably can hold, I don't know, I think it's a 24-liter crock. It's huge. But here is the one we're going to use today. So you're going to want to wash your cucumbers really, really well. These were from the Amish. They were scrubbed in vinegar and water over, a period of an hour or so, and then put in the fridge. They're very cold. So when you're canning with a crock, every day you have to do something. So every day I'll be bringing you back to do that step. Okay? So these are cold. They're in the crock. You're going to need a plate to put upside down like so once we put the brine in, and then if we need to, we can put some heavy jars on top. Okay, but you'll need a clean plate as well. So I'm gonna just pick you guys up and move you. Okay, so here, you guys are right on my stove. In here is 6 liters of water. Okay, I started it early because it takes a little bit of time to come up, and now we're going to add the salt. So today's step is adding 1/4 cup of salt to this mixture. We need to make sure that that salt is all like diluted. Couldn't think of the word for a minute. Try to focus you guys up a little bit more. There we go. Hopefully, guys, that's a little bit better. At least my house isn't chaotic today like it was. Holy cow. So now, what we're going to do, you don't need to have this boiling. You just need to make sure that salt is all diluted. Which it is. But I want to give it an extra minute or so just to ensure. So yeah, if you don't have a crock, you can use a stainless steel pot, you can use a stainless steel bowl. Nothing with like Teflon. That's basically the rule of thumb. And then we're going to pour this warm brine over top. And then that's step 1. Then we'll move on to step 2. So tomorrow it'll be draining the cucumbers. We'll throw away the brine in the crock. Clean your crock. Oh, to clean your crock, it's vinegar and water, never soap. Okay. Then we'll put it back, the cucumbers back into the crock, and make another brine, just like this. And that one will sit. It can sit up to 8 to 12 hours. Okay. Like every day, it's just a small step. There's one step that's absolutely horrible, and you gotta like take toothpick and poke the cucumbers. That's the most time consuming part. But that's not till like day 3 or 4, I think. Alright. But this makes a sweet gherkin, which are like my ultimate favorite. So for me, this is a really good thing. Alright guys, I'm going to bring this up a little bit more and then I'll meet you over at the crock. Alright guys, so now I'm just going to ladle. This is about 8 pounds of cucumbers, roughly. If I need to make another batch of brine, I'll just make another batch. And then I will make a note because the brine has to come above your cucumbers, okay? And if it gets too warm between now and then, I will put these in our bedroom. It is air conditioned in there. You need to put them in a cool place. My canning room is pretty cool, so that's where this crock is going to go. These are so good, guys. They're so worth the time because these can be working while you're doing other canning. It doesn't stop you from doing other things, right? You're fermenting it, basically, is what you're doing. But it makes them so crunchy and so delicious. And we're just going to get all this brine in here. If you ever see these crocks, now I've seen them. I don't need any more, but I have seen them up to $100 for these crocks now. I'm like, holy cow. These have just been passed down in our family. I actually have them all over the house. I use them for my utensils a lot of times. That way they're not sitting on a floor getting banged around. My mom always left them in the basement of her house. Awesome. I'm so excited. Lots of room. That's great. And just a little bit more here. Alright, so that's it. So now I'm just going to take this clean plate, I'm going to put it on and over the cucumbers. I'm going to have to fiddle with it here for a second. Back you guys up a little bit. Oops, wrong way, guys. I got to mess with the plate here. Might need to find a bigger plate. See if I have a bigger plate. This might work a little bit better. There we go. Now we're rocking. There we go. So now we're just going to leave this for 8 to 12 hours. I'm going to scooch back up. You're going to see some fragments from the cucumbers. We're just going to leave this. And then I'll bring you back tomorrow and we'll do step 2. Alright guys, so it's day 2. I'm going to show you the crock. Doesn't look pretty. It does not look pretty. So what you do is you take this plate out, wash your hands. Take the plate out. Because you're fermenting, basically, okay? So now, I'm going to take this over to the sink. I'm going to wash the cucumbers again. Wash the crock. Then put the cucumbers back in. But you can see they're starting to change. Their smell is starting to come through. But yeah, here we go. Day 2. So I'm going to take this over to the sink, wash the cucumbers, wash the crock, put the cucumbers back in the crock. I have the rest of the brine being heated up now, and I'll leave all that in the description box, like every single step. But yeah, this is step 2. Tomorrow's a long step, guys. I will let you know tomorrow is a long step. Alright guys, so I will see you in a few minutes. Alright guys, so all the cucumbers are washed, the crock is washed, the brine is made. You will see that the cucumbers start to kind of discolor. We're making pickles. That's what all this discoloration is. But you can even smell the ferment happening, especially on the smaller ones. But that is what that discoloration is. Some will get hit more with the salt, and that's what gives you, and the skin is starting to get tough, so that's what gives you that snap, that crunch. So now I'm going to take my clean crock. Michael's helping me today, so you guys can,
I don't.
I'm sorry, put these back in here. Alright, so that's done. So now we're just going to now I'm just going to put this part into here again, put the plate back on it, set it off to the side, and let it go until tomorrow. And then we'll be back tomorrow and we'll do step 3, which I'm letting you know is a long step. Alright guys, so as you can see, I've already started. Michael helped me a little bit here. So this is step 3. You need to poke all the cucumbers, just as many as you think, okay? But make sure there's a few in there. It allows the moisture to come out of the cucumber. And you just go along. Ow. And not try to hit yourself. Skewer works real well too. Okay. Alright. So I'm going to shift my crock back. So we're going to start the brine part. So in here I have 2 teaspoons of pickling spice. I just threw in some extra pepper flakes, or peppercorns, cinnamon stick, 2 cinnamon sticks broken half, okay, and some allspice. Now the recipe calls for allspice whole. We can't find it around here, okay? So you're going to want to wrap that real well, because you're going to use this spice bag for the next 2 days, okay? So wrap it real well. Okay. Then I'll take you over to the pot. Just going to trim this up a little bit. Okay. Just going to pick you guys up and move you. Alright. So, here we go. So, oops, sorry guys. In this pot, I have 3 cups of sugar and 3 cups of vinegar and some turmeric. Okay, so we need to bring this up to a boil. Okay, and like I said, that spice bag is going to be with you, and all these liquids are going to stay the next few days. Okay, and you're just going to keep adding to it. So you want this up to a boil. Okay, I should have used a smaller pot, but I didn't, so I will tomorrow. So I'm going to bring this up to a boil, and I'll bring you back for that. Alright guys, so now it's been up to a boil. So now see the color difference? That's your spice bag. Okay? And the turmeric obviously. But alright, so now I'm going to leave this here for a minute. Let it continue to boil for another minute. And I'm going to pause you guys and take you back over to the cucumbers. Alright guys, so now I'm just gonna pick up this spice bag first. And in this step we have to start to weigh down the cucumbers, okay? So try to make them as level as you possibly can. And as you see, I did change pots. And we dump that in. Okay? And then we take our clean plate, and we put that on top of there. You weigh it down with a big jar, and then you just put a towel over it. Okay, this is my flour sack towel, and I'm just gonna tuck it back over here. And so that's step 3. All right, guys, we're on day 4. So I took all the cucumbers out. I'm going to show you the cucumbers. I have my reserved. You need to reserve the brine. Oh, excuse me, from your crock into a pot, and you need to reserve the spice bag. A few cucumbers I couldn't fit. I'm just going to pop this on my stove for a second and get it started. All right. So this is what the cucumbers look now. So this was 2 strainers full. That's what we started with. So now all the moisture is starting to go out of the cucumber, and that is what we're doing. So now we're just going to put this back in here. I'll move my crock over here. Oh, you guys can't see anyways. Hang on. There we go. So now I'm just going to put all the cucumbers back into the crock. Level them out the best I can. Okay. And then I'm going to pick you up, spin you around my kitchen. And then in this pot, we need to add 2 cups of sugar. 2 cups of vinegar. And that's it. Bring it up to a boil. Put it onto your cucumbers. Weigh them down with the clean plate again. Put your jar on top. Put your towel on top. And that's it for today. All right. So tomorrow's the last day, and we just redo this whole step all over again, but I'll bring you back for that. Alright guys, I'm just going to bring this up to a boil, then put it over top of the cucumbers, and then, like I said, put the plate on it and so on. And then, yeah, we're almost to canning. Alright guys, so last day. So today is going to be 2 cups of sugar to 1 cup of vinegar. I've got the crock cleaned. Cucumbers are back in here. So I'm going to take you guys over. I'm just going to pick you up and move you over. This is what the brine looks like now. Sorry about the wobbliness. I can't talk. Forget it. So this is what the brine looks like now after these days here. Tomorrow we will can the pickles up. So 2 cups of sugar goes in, and 1 cup of vinegar. And then tomorrow morning we can. So I'll, like last few days, I'll bring this up to a boil. Then I'll put it back in the crock. Weigh it down. And then cover it. And put it back in, back in the corner. Excuse me. So that's it, guys, for crock canning. We're going to take a look at the footage and see if we should break this up into 2 or leave it as 1. So we'll have to see how it goes. But I really do hope you guys did enjoy this. Keep in mind, you don't need a crock. All you need is a large stainless steel bowl, and you can definitely do this. It's not something you definitely need a crock for. But I hope you enjoyed it. It's something different, and it makes really good pickles. It's just, it's like sourdough. You got to do something to it every day, and that's just kind of the way it is. But we'll get these canned up tomorrow, and then yeah, I think it's gonna, well, I know they're absolutely delicious, but it's something different to put on your shelf. And I thought, why not bring you guys along while I did it? So, but anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this part of it. And please give me a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell to all. And because there will be more. So lots more canning to do, lots more like relishes and things like that. And we'll just have some fun in the kitchen. All right, guys, thanks for hanging out with us today and this week, really, this week. And I'll see you guys super soon. Bye.